Good afternoon, boys and girls. Welcome back to non-league to Premier League. Right, we have had such a busy summer. It's been ridiculous. Players coming in. Obviously, we let all the old players go. Not in terms of age, but most of the squad that we had last season has gone. Just wanted too much money, and we've been able to build quite a nice young squad. I'm hoping that you can see the potential here that I can. Whether it works out that way or not, we'll find out over the course of the season, I guess. Financially, look, for the first time in a long, long time, we're back in the green. Look at that, it's beautiful. That is in part down to, if we come into our schedule here, look, we held two little tournaments over the start of the pre-season against all Premier League opposition bar Celtic. We got absolutely obliterated in the first one. Second one, though, look at this. We did get hammered by Crystal Palace. That was a full-strength Palace team, and they just went rampant on us. But then against medium strength teams in Everton and Leicester, they did have some of their kind of key players in there, but not all of them, it has to be said. We got a 1-1 draw with Everton, and then we actually beat Leicester 1-1, 2-1. 1-1, yeah, of course, you can beat somebody 1-1, Lou, that makes sense, doesn't it? Then, just to finish the pre-season off, really go into the season with a little bit of a bang and some high morale. We played some lesser teams deliberately so that we could actually get the bigger results there and get the players playing together nicely. So, in terms of transfers, out, the only player who we've let go for a fee is Paul McCallum because, quite simply put, he was going to be news for us this season. He's not a bad striker at all. Um, but he wanted a new contract. He wanted over £1,000 a week. No, he signed for a lesser contract with Wimbledon as it is. And quite honestly, he was never going to push Charlie Ball out of the team. And I think £1,000 for a week for kind of a backup really is just ridiculous. So over the summer then, before the transfer window kind of opened, these are the signings that we made just here. These are the people that I had scouted who I wanted to come in before anything happened. So we brought in Cameron Archer, a striker from Aston Villa. He's going to be playing backup to Charlie Ball because Ball is just in the form of his life at the moment, but very, very decent. Not a world beater, but for the level that we're at, he's got potential. And to make an impact from the bench as a poacher, very, very fast, great finishing. Not a fantastic first touch, but that's something that we can work on. And I think he'll get some goals this season. He's only made 4 appearances, only scored 1 goal though. Shots on target's 50%, so he's got a little bit of work to do. Then we brought in Connor Stanley from Man United on the right hand wing. Can play either in the forward or back positions. Again, very, very quick, good natural fitness. This is a lad who, at our level at the moment, League Two level, I think he's going to cause problems for teams. I really, really do. Got potential to possibly make it in League One and maybe even a Championship if he can realise his potential. Determination, no, it's probably what's going to hold him back. Then Bennett, also a right winger, but can play on the left because I do need somebody to cover for Aaron Sibia. So we'll get into that in a minute. Aaron Sibia, unfortunately, suffered a horrific injury. So we're not going to have him for a few months. But this man, Bennett, already improving. I mean, we've only played a few pre-season games, and he's already on the incline. Um, I'm very, very excited about this guy. Now, mentally, you wouldn't have thought that he'd improve overly well. Even his determination is quite low. His physicals, though, look at that. You don't want to be a League Two defender with this man running at you. That is just crazy. And for some reason, he's got an amazing jump reach as well. We won't we won't say nothing bad about that. From corners, he could be a little bit of a threat. Although his heading's only 9, so we'll see. This lad, Tate Campbell from Birmingham, parent club essentially. Um, Not going to be a world beater, pretty much backup for us at the moment. But the reason that we got him in, can play all 3 defensive positions that we need. So these two mainly in central defence and the defensive midfielder role, because we are playing a 4-3-3. I'll get into that in a moment. Can play centre mid as well, but he's not going to be the best. But we've got some solid midfielders at the minute. Then we brought in Oliver Denham again, another Man United reject. I say reject in the nicest possible way, of course. Yeah, there's not much to say. Mentally, very, very decent. Physically, very, very decent. Uh, Needs to work a little bit on his heading and his marking. Very good tackling already. His teamwork's very, very poor though, as is his determination. But again, for the level that we're playing at, we should be all right. Wales under 19 international. He was actually away for most of the summer this season, as you can see. He was in the European under 19 championships, and he played very, very well. Last couple of games he played for him was just under a 7 rating, over for the first 6 games that he played for Wales. So we're hoping that he can kind of be one of the people who bring our team forward. Then we brought in a load, and I do mean a load of players for backup and first team spots. First person I do want to bring you into is Arta on Okonkwo. If that's how we say his name, I apologise if I have butchered the name. Very, very good goalkeeper. He's actually at the point where he's kicked Boot out of the team. Now, I didn't think that we'd be getting rid of Boot. He's not going to obviously be sold on at the moment. But when we was playing Premier League opposition, Boot was leaking goals left, right and centre. We put this guy in, and his reflexes were tremendous. I mean, it says here his reflexes are 13, but some of the reflex saves that he made were absolutely spot on. So he's actually cemented that place. Then we've got Luka Koric. I really should have bought players who I can pronounce their names, shouldn't I? Decent mentals, very, very good physicals for a centre back. And then here, not bad at all. Really, really not bad at all. This is a team that this season we may well struggle with. It's going to be a slug, I think, to kind of get over the line and stay in the Football League. But if we can stay in League Two this season, next season, I think that we'll be really pushing for promotion. And it's not impossible to do it this season. Francis Vincent, again, another young player. Everybody who we bought is young. Everybody who we've got is a young player who's coming in. In terms of history, he was at Torquay, former Bournemouth Academy and QPR. Again, not going to be somebody who's going to take on the world. However, for where we are, fantastic young player. Very, very good. He's played very, very good pre-season when he's had the chance to play. Fortunately for him, he's got a lot of competition in the midfield areas. So that brings me to, we want to see Harry Clark, central defender. Doesn't look that solid when you look at his technicals, okay? But mentally and physically, he is a beast of a central defender. If he can get the game time, I expect to see him playing very, very well. Only problem, of course, being youngsters. We've got all youngsters, which is an issue because if they make a couple of mistakes, then their heads drop. So it's really, really kind of took a big risk this season, but I'd like a young side to go forward with. And the last one we'll show you is Archie Davis. Solid physically. Mentally, not the strongest, but the reason that we got him is because he's got a nice little area here. We've bought a lot of players who can play in more than one area, which I think is going to be really kind of important. We've got, if we look at our squad depth, team report, squad depth, we've got kind of cover everywhere. So left wing at the moment, they're saying is a bit of an issue. Tariq Issa is somebody I brought in, former Colchester man from years ago. I say years ago, he's only young still. He's about 23, I think. So we've got nice coverage up front. We've got nice coverage on the right hand side. Our left attacking midfield is looking a little bit weak at the moment. According to this, I don't think that we're actually weak there, honestly. Our central midfield, we've got very, very good cover for. The defensive midfield role, I think we've got plenty of cover. Maxwell will be one of the better players, but actually James Ball's going to be the man who's playing the role mainly, and Campbell's going to be his kind of backup, really. Left back, we've got nice cover for. Centre backs, we've got solid, solid cover. Right backs, again, we've got solid, solid cover. And in goal, we've got perfect cover. So in terms of squad depth this season, We can afford a few injuries and still compete, which is what I wanted to do. Obviously, I don't want us to be in a situation at any point where we can't compete with people. Yes, it's going to be difficult this season. Yes, we may well go straight back down, but by God, if we're going down, we're going to go down fighting, and that is what we like to see. If we go into the club vision, things have changed slightly. We've got a C plus so far. Um, work within the wage budget. Sign players from the lower levels of the domestic game is what they wanted us to do, and they're devastated with that. I'm not going to do that. I tried to take that out of the club vision completely. They weren't having a bar of it, so I may well be setting myself up for the sack here. Signing young players, I'm signing players who I think are going to enable us to play an attacking, a possession-based football system. They're not overly happy with the fact that they're not coming from the lower levels, but we've signed them all on free, so it's not like we're paying fees for players at all. We've only got to be competitive in the cup competitions this season. The main one is to fight bravely against relegation, and we had better do that. We should really be doing that. They're happy with our transfers so far. They're not very happy about the fact that we sold Paul McCallum so cheap. However, I wanted him gone. He was on £1,500 a week. He still wanted over £1,000 a week to be a kind of third choice striker. Just far, far too much money. And in terms of the finances now, when we look at the screen, where are we? Sorry. Yes, we're in the green again, but the main thing is we've got a £30,000 wage budget and our committed spending is only 18,000. Our wages now are less than what they were last season, considerably. They're about £3,000 less than what they were last season. So we're hoping that that's going to help us with being self-sustaining long term, which is what we want to do. If we get into a position where the club's self-sustaining and we're turning a profit, then we can look at bringing in obviously a higher caliber of player. So I'm very excited. I hope you're very excited. Um, we're hoping to hit the season running. We are just before the Crawley game now, who we kick off with. I'm going to love you and leave you there. Wednesday's episode will be the start of the season, so we will be playing Crawley and then away at Cambridge. Let's hope we can start the season with at least 3 points, boys and girls. Thank you very much for watching. We are uploading every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Please do smash the like button if you haven't done already. If you're new around here, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you Wednesday, boys and girls.